It was supposed to be a normal evening, just like countless others before it. The streets were quiet, the lights from nearby buildings reflected softly on the pavement, and nothing seemed out of place. Yet somewhere in the background, a security camera was recording every second. What appeared to be an ordinary night would soon become the center of a story that shocked countless people and sparked endless discussion online. The footage, captured by a CCTV camera that no one paid attention to at the time, would later become one of the most talked about pieces of evidence surrounding the final known moments involving Jin Ze. As news began to spread, curiosity quickly turned into concern. People wanted answers. They wanted to understand what had happened and why the events of that evening unfolded the way they did. While rumors flooded social media platforms almost immediately, many viewers focused on one specific piece of information: the surveillance footage that appeared to show a tense interaction shortly before everything changed. The existence of CCTV footage often changes the way a story is viewed. Unlike witness statements, which can sometimes vary from person to person, video recordings offer a visual timeline of events. However, even video footage can raise questions. A camera may capture actions, movements, and expressions, but it cannot always explain emotions, intentions, or conversations taking place beyond its range. According to reports that emerged online, the footage allegedly showed Jin Ze arriving at a location where he was later seen interacting with his girlfriend. At first glance, nothing appeared unusual. Both individuals seemed engaged in what looked like a private discussion. People passing nearby likely had no idea that the moment would later become the subject of widespread attention. As investigators and online observers reviewed the timeline, many pointed to subtle details visible in the footage. Body language became a major topic of discussion. Some viewers believed the interaction appeared tense, while others argued that drawing conclusions from silent video alone could be misleading. Without clear audio, interpretations varied dramatically depending on who was watching. What made the footage particularly intriguing was the apparent shift in atmosphere as the interaction continued. Observers claimed that the conversation seemed to become increasingly emotional. Gestures became more pronounced. Movements appeared less relaxed than they had been only minutes earlier. Yet the exact nature of the discussion remains unknown, leaving much of the situation open to speculation. The internet, as it often does, reacted immediately. Clips and screenshots circulated across various platforms, generating millions of views within a remarkably short period of time. Some users attempted to analyze every frame. Others created theories based on limited information. Before long, the story had transformed from a private tragedy into a global topic of discussion. One of the biggest challenges in situations like this is separating verified facts from assumptions. As the footage spread online, numerous claims emerged regarding what was allegedly happening during those final moments. Some stories contradicted each other completely. Others relied heavily on anonymous sources whose credibility could not be confirmed. Experts frequently caution against drawing conclusions from incomplete evidence. Surveillance footage can provide valuable context, but it rarely tells the entire story. A camera positioned high above a street or mounted inside a building captures only a fraction of what participants are experiencing in real time. Emotional context often remains hidden. Nevertheless, viewers continued examining the recordings frame by frame. Certain moments quickly became focal points for discussion. People debated facial expressions, hand movements, and changes in posture. Entire online communities formed around analyzing details that lasted only a few seconds on screen. The fascination with CCTV footage is understandable. Human beings naturally seek explanations when confronted with unexpected events. When a recording exists, it creates the impression that answers are within reach. Yet sometimes the more closely people examine a video, the more questions they discover. As public attention intensified, discussions increasingly centered on the confrontation reportedly captured between Jin Ze and his girlfriend. Many reports described the interaction as emotionally charged, though the exact circumstances remain unclear. Without access to complete information, much of the public conversation relied on interpretation rather than confirmed facts. Some observers argued that the footage reflected a disagreement that could happen in many relationships. Others believed it suggested deeper issues beneath the surface. Because viewers were working from limited visual evidence, opinions differed significantly. What one person viewed as an argument, another saw as a misunderstanding. Media coverage further amplified interest in the story. Headlines highlighted dramatic aspects of the footage, drawing attention from people who might not otherwise have followed the case. As more individuals learned about the recordings, demand for additional information continued to grow. At the same time, concerns emerged regarding privacy and ethical reporting. Whenever surveillance footage becomes public, questions arise about how much should be shared. While the public may be interested in understanding events, those directly involved often deserve respect and sensitivity during difficult circumstances. Many commentators emphasized the importance of avoiding speculation. In emotionally charged situations, assumptions can spread rapidly and become accepted as fact despite lacking evidence. Responsible analysis requires acknowledging uncertainty rather than filling gaps with guesses. The story also highlighted the growing role of surveillance technology in modern society. Cameras are now present in countless locations, documenting moments both ordinary and extraordinary. Most recordings are never viewed beyond their initial purpose. Occasionally, however, a single camera captures footage that becomes historically significant. For investigators, surveillance footage often serves as a crucial tool for reconstructing timelines. By examining timestamps and movements, authorities can better understand sequences of events. Yet even with video evidence, determining motives and emotional states remains challenging. As more people discussed the case, attention shifted toward the broader implications of public scrutiny. Social media users frequently feel compelled to reach immediate conclusions, particularly when visual evidence is available. Unfortunately, rapid judgments can sometimes overshadow careful consideration of facts. The footage involving Jin Ze became an example of this.